Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking all about the Stardew Valley villagers who you can marry, and which ones you should or shouldn't marry. If you like the video, consider subscribing, and let's get into it. So the way I did this was by watching each character's 10 and 14 heart event, and just deciding based off of that, and any effects that happen because of those heart events. So for instance, in Abigail's 10 heart event, she's just kind of scared to go into the mines because of a lot of bats. Also, something interesting that I found out is because I was marrying every single person and then eventually divorcing all of them, what I realized was less and less people were showing up to the weddings because all the spouses that you'd already married wouldn't be there anymore. So, I don't know, I thought that was funny. So then for Abigail's 14 heart event, you eventually get killed, and then Abigail comes through and kills the little monster. And then you built a monument in her honor. Now, this isn't like amazing, it isn't terrible, so I just put her in the okay category. Next up is Alex. His 10 heart event scene is just kind of you guys having a nice dinner, and then for 14 heart events, he asks you for 5,000 gold for a special project. This project turns out to be a really nice area for him and the boys to hang out and watch some grid ball, which is pretty cool. And on top of that, it's just always there, which I like it when someone adds something to the community, so for that, I'm going to put him up in the good category. Next up is Elliott, and for his 10 heart event, you just kind of go out on the lake and talk about your relationship, but then his 14 heart event is actually really interesting, because he gets a letter inviting him to go to a book reading for the book he's written, and then he's gone for a week and he'll write you a letter every day, which is really interesting, and I like some of the cool details, like he left you some crab cakes in the fridge. And then I went and checked, and yeah, there were crab cakes in the fridge, which was like a pleasant surprise that I didn't expect. Another interesting one was he wrote like full poems, which were actually pretty good. And so I just kind of enjoyed that, and so I'm going to put him up in good as well. Next up is Emily, and she has this kind of cute heart event where you guys go camping. I really love that animation of her just kind of like scooching towards you. But other than that, not much happens. I mean, unless you talk about the bear, but that seems like a less important detail. And then she tells you that she's working on something but needs 200 fiber to finish it, and so once you give her 200 fiber, she has made you a brand new outfit. And yeah, it's quite a few things, and it looks alright. Except I have horrible allergies to grass, and so I feel like this outfit just isn't for me, and for that reason, she's going in the okay tier. For Haley's 10 heart event, she shows you her dark room for developing pictures, and then for her 14 heart event, she hears Penny talking about how unfortunate it is that they can't buy new books, so she organizes a cakewalk and raises $5,000 for Penny and the kids so that they can have new books for school. And I think that's really nice, and really flips the script on Haley when you first meet her, so I'm going to put her up in good. Harvey's 10 heart event was really interesting, because this balloon thing is in a Stardew Valley trailer, but I thought that it had just been removed from the game. But I guess it's just in this heart event. So that one was fun. And then the 14 heart event scene is Harvey cooking you and serving you dinner, which was fine. So I'm just going to put him in okay. In Leah's 10 heart event scene, an old boyfriend shows up and you get to punch him in the face. So that's pretty fun. And then her 14 heart event, she and you each paint a picture of Marnie. Hers is pretty good, and mine is pretty accurate to what I'd be able to draw, and I think that one's pretty fun, so we're going to put her up in good. Next up is Maru, and her 10 heart event is about her and the robot she built. It becomes sentient and decides to fly off into the galaxy looking for more life. And then the 14 heart event is just you guys looking at a comet. It was interesting, but I think I'm just going to put her in okay. Next up is Sam. His 10 heart event is just him hiding you from his mom. And then his 14 heart event is him realizing he's just kind of staying at home doing nothing, so he gets an offer to write music for a kid's TV show, which he shows to Jazz and Vincent, and clearly they love it. It wasn't my favorite, so I'm just going to put him in okay. In Sebastian's 10 heart event, he goes and shows you Zuzu City from a distance, and in his 14 heart event, he has you scare a frog from a bush, and then from 10 feet away, just somehow knows where the frog is going to run. I don't know. It was incredible placement, I guess. And then you just kind of build a little frog sanctuary in your house that stays forever. But I'm also just going to put him in okay. Somehow I lost the footage, but in his 10 heart event, you get invited to a grid ball game, which is kind of fun. And then in the 14 heart event, you, Jazz, and Marnie see him exiting the bar, and then later confront him where you think he's been drinking, but actually he's just playing Prairie King and drinking Joja Cola. I'm just going to put it in okay. And then, last but not least, we have Penny, who asks you to meet her in the sauna, even though she clearly can't breathe. I mean, I don't know how she can talk. She's half underwater. I don't know. Anyway. But in her 14 heart event, she asks you, hey, I want to kind of decorate our house with some homemade decorations. So she asks you what you want. If you want a strawberry home, a pirate theme, or a Forest and Moon peaceful blue theme. And a few days later, I woke up and I had a pretty cool pirate bedroom. And so I'm going to be putting Penny in the best tier. But that's for another reason. The other reason is because, unlike a lot of the other ones, she actually leaves and goes into town all the time, because what she's doing is she is still doing her job. She's still teaching the kids, which is incredible. I think Harvey also does that, but it's Harvey, so I don't care as much. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Those are my opinions. Leave your own down in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you have a fantastic day.